Next, we will cover one of our biggest features on MusicplayOnline, the My List section. This is where you can build your own custom lessons. There's a lot here, so let's dive in. There are two main ways to use the My List section, by customizing an existing lesson or by starting from scratch. We'll start by customizing a pre-existing lesson. First, go to the lesson you wish to start with. See the section on Learning Modules if you need a refresher on finding the lessons. When viewing a lesson, there is a More Actions button found in the top right of the lesson page. If you click this option, you should see a Clone option. Clicking Clone will make a copy of that lesson and add it to your My Lists. It should immediately load the new My List once it's finished copying. You can also now find the list by navigating to the My List section. The list will look very much like the Learning Modules. To start customizing the list, you can go to the More Actions button in the top right. You should see a few more options this time. Share will open a window with some options. You can select whether you want to share with your students or with another educator, and the link will adjust accordingly. Then there are two buttons on the right. The Copy button will copy the selected link to your clipboard so you can paste it in a message, email, LMS system, or whatever you'd like. The Send button will give a few quick options for sharing the link as well. Back to the More Actions menu, the Edit Info button will let you customize the details of the list. You can edit the title, language, and the description at the top of the list, and many other details using the tabs at the top. You can also adjust the visibility of the list. By default, it will only be private to you and your students, meaning that if someone else tries to click a link to the list, they will not be able to view it unless they log in using your account or your student code. Changing it to shareable will let anyone with an active account view the link or use any student code. You can select only you to store it in an archived state, which will remove it from the main list page view. We will cover how to view archived lists later. The last thing to point out from the More Actions are the Clone and Delete. The Clone will create another copy of the lesson and put it into your list, and Delete will remove it permanently. Scrolling down to the procedures, you will see 4 buttons on each procedure. The pencil icon will allow you to edit the procedure title and the teaching notes. The up and down arrows will move the procedure in the list. You can also click up when the procedure is first and it will move it all the way to the bottom, and vice versa. The trash icon will remove the procedure from the list entirely. That's how to edit an existing lesson, but you can also create a list from scratch. From the main My List section, you can click the Add New button to create a list. Start by giving your list a title and set any details you wish. This is optional and can be edited at any time. Then click Add List. This will create a blank slate for you to build your own lesson. But now, how do we add content to the list? You can do that using the yellow Add to My List button. Start by going to the piece of content you wish to add. This can be on another list, in a lesson, a unit page, song page, or anywhere on the site. Once you find the content, clicking the Add to My List button will load all of your lists, with the newest ones at the top. Click on the list you wish to add the content to, edit the procedure title and description, and then click Add to List. Navigating to your list, you will now see the new procedure was added to the bottom of the list. Another way you can add content to your My List is using a custom procedure. You can hover over the space beneath any existing procedure, and the Add Procedure button will appear. Clicking this button will let you create a clickable link to any other page. This can be any page on MusicplayOnline or any external link. Just enter the link into the link URL box, edit what the button will say using the link text box, and adjust the procedure title and description if necessary. You will now have a clickable link to the content in your list. That's how to edit your lists. Once you get a few, there are a few options you have to organize them. First, we can talk about the bulk actions. From the My List section, you can click on the box on the left side of the list to select it. You can select multiple lists if you wish, or select all using the box at the top. Once you have selected your lists, clicking the Edit button will give you some options. You can mark all the selected lists as private or shareable, as well as delete them all. You can also archive them. Archived lists will be removed from the main view without being deleted. You can use the drop-down next to the Add New button to change which lists are displayed. View All is selected by default, but you can also sort by private and shareable, as well as by archive, which will make any archive lists appear again. We have further organization options with our folder system. The folders function as a customizable filter for the lists. To create a folder, you can click on the small plus icon in the top right of the folder menu. Once you set the name and click Add Folder, it will appear on the left-hand side. You can hover over it to see options to edit the folder name, add a subfolder, and delete the folder. To add lists to the folder, you have two options. First, you can click and hold on the list, and then drag and drop the list to the folder. You can also click the folder icon on the right side of the list, and then select the folder or folders you wish to add the list to. Once a folder has lists added to it, you can click on the folder to apply that filter to the My List section. You can remove the filter by clicking on the small X on the folder at the top of the page.